Recently I went to a funeral for a guy that I graduated with. Too young. Not supposed to happen that way. But Servite guys that I hadn't seen in years just popped up. And we had a great showing. Everybody came in their Servite ties and supported our brother's family. This is the kind of love and service that we're taught at Servite. And not even those in the same class or same era. It's an overall culture. Switching gears, talking about the Servite culture. I graduated college last year. And after I got back from Israel, which freaked my mom out, as you all know. After I got back, I missed out on a job opportunity in LA. And, which is huge. The economy, and after graduating college, I needed to get a job and I didn't get that. But when I came back, I started meeting with people from LMU that I graduated with, some of their contacts, just kind of random people. And then I met with a Servite grad, compliments of Mr. Bowen. And he said, hey, I know this Servite grad works in entertainment. I heard you're interested in getting into that. And I said, absolutely. I'd love to meet with him, get as much information as I can from him. And that's that. So I met with Dan Berenson. He graduated in 82. Yeah, 82. Graduated in 82 with Mr. Bowen. And I was just talking with the guy, getting to know him, picking his brain, talking about Servite, talking about entertainment, where I want to go. Right now, my goal is to be a producer, whether it be television, whether it be feature films. That's the goal. So I met with him, and I had a good time, got some good information. A couple weeks later, I see that the show that he works on got picked up for the second season. I said, congratulations, just being nice, saying hi, congrats. And a couple weeks after that, he gives me a call and says, you want a job? I went, yeah, that would be fantastic. I hadn't thought about that. So that's how I got my first job in the real world. It was through a Servite alum that was just a good guy, that I got along with, that I met with, just to get information. And voila, I'm on my way. And all I needed was that little push, that start. Coincidence? Or, God worked through Servite. You choose it.
So now some of you as seniors face graduation and the potential of college, and I hope that you make that choice. It's a good choice for a growing learning experience. You never know, as parents, the friendships that you've made along your way as well. And for our young men, the friendships they made will be there for a lifetime after college and beyond. It's important to stay a part of Servite, even after graduation and even after college. For moms, we've made a lot of great friends, and I would encourage you to stay in touch. And stay in touch with Servite. Come back to some of the events. Come back and share things as you go through the afterlife of the empty nest or something like that. Dan and I, my husband, we come back to a lot of the events. We come back to the games, we come back to the theater, we come back to the concerts, we come back to all kinds of things. And some of you may sit out there and say, well, I don't always have the money for all those events. Well, neither did we, and neither do we. But we go, and we participate, and we give what we can give. We're not one of the big builders of the school. We're just participants, just like you, just like everybody. But we make the most of it, and we keep those relationships alive to this day. And they're vitally important to us, and we love everybody that we share our time with. So I encourage you to get involved, and especially go to the leadership dinner. You always need to go to that leadership dinner. It's a lot about the alumni, but you will be them at some point in your life. You will be that alumni. And you'll know those people. And they may not be in your class, they may be in other classes, but they're part of the brotherhood that you will take with you forever. When you go out into the world of business, it's amazing just how often Servite High School comes across your path. excited, we were happy for him. We were planning our first big trip, just the two of us, to go to Europe. It had been our 25th wedding anniversary, and we were really looking forward to this opportunity. We got all the plans done, everything's ready to go. We went through California, got everything, all our travel arranged. And 1 month before we were going to leave, my husband got laid off. And everything kind of got put on hold. And many of you may have experienced that in your own families, because it's a really bad economy out there, we haven't noticed. So I know I'm not the only one that's been through a little trauma. So anyway, my husband's out, my husband, if you know him, he's a really happy-go-lucky guy. He's really faith-filled, he's very happy, he's fun to be with. He was not so happy, if you can imagine. And I was a little frightened. So he goes to the grocery store because he's doing the to-do list, and he runs into a man at the grocery store who happened to be a Servite grad. And he's never seen this man at our grocery store before. But he knows him from Servite, and he knows him from some of the alumni barbecues and different things and events. And lo and behold, the guy's telling him about his business. And says, we were just talking today, we want to hire our first sales guy. We want a manager who can run this new division for us. And it's a sales division that we're really not that familiar with. And Dan's like, really? He was in sales. It's construction sales. That's what he did. So all of a sudden he's thinking, wow. And the guy's like, hey, you'd be perfect for this job. 2 months later, Dan went to work for that company. And we are blessed. Now, is that coincidence? Or is that Servite in action? God in action through Servite. I'd say it's meant to be. So in closing, I'd like to say, I know that my son is not perfect, and neither am I. And I love him. I knew it would come eventually. I love him more than life itself. And I'm proud of him, and I'm proud of how much he loves his family.
And with this love, we can enjoy life's journey together. Life of fun, service, and love for all those around us and ourselves.
One final story for you. As a mom, there's nothing more wonderful and more precious than getting a Valentine's Day card from your son.
Remember that, guys.
In the mail. After college graduation, and he lives on his own in LA. There's nothing that touches you more as a mom. And what he says in it is how much he loves you and how much he appreciates you, even though he was a little shit at times. Of your journey.
Guys, love and forgive your moms. Just as the gospel teaches us, love and forgive yourself. And serve your brothers and your fellow alumni as you go into the future and experience the insanity that is life. Thank you, everybody.